I'm Henry.
Hi, I'm Shadia.
And today we're going to talk about top surgery. I am currently 2 weeks and 1 day post-op. I had my surgery with Dr. Garramone in Florida. And I'm just going to touch base on how I felt up until now. The first week, I must admit, I was pretty tired and a little bit of pain. The pain meds they give you and a lot of rest do help with that. And here in a minute here, I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures and, well, our trip to Miami, actually. That we have 2 flights today, and then 2 flights on the 5th where I'm in pain.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
No, not pain. Not fun. I feel like the Airbnb guy needs to message me back because right now we don't know how to get in at midnight. And he's not there, he's in Mexico.
Yep.
Stress.
We got there like at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
The staff was really friendly and they made them sign a lot of papers.
A lot of papers, so be prepared to read a lot, and I do recommend reading all the papers that they do give you. A lot of it is just what surgery you're opting into. There's more details on there, and then also you're reading your post-op care and initialing that you understand that. And when you get there, or whoever your surgeon is, read the paperwork. Other than that, then we finally got called to the back, and I was given a gown. Dr. Garramone came in after the gown was on, and we just talked about where the incision lines would be, where the graft placements would be, and he was just really nice and answered any questions I had. For me, I didn't want my scars to touch in the middle if it was possible. He said I was kind of borderline because I had a large chest before, and good to know. They do not touch, so I was very happy about that. And that's pretty much how our pre-op went. He was very nice, answered all my questions, and it seemed like if I had more questions, he had all the time in the world.
He was really nice.
Very professional, so
Very
very happy with that. And then we went home, filled the prescriptions. He gives you 3 prescriptions, 1 painkiller, antibiotic, and a nausea medicine. And the Publix actually right next to where his office is filled it within about 45 minutes.
Just go there. That's what they told us. Just go there.
So overall, great experience on the pre-op. So the day of the surgery, I was actually Dr. Garramone's first patient. I believe there was 3 other people. So my surgery was scheduled at 7:30 in the morning. We were picked up from the hospital's car service, which you'll get a free ride to the hospital and a free ride back that day, so you don't have to worry about transportation. Mm-hmm. We were picked up at 5:30 a.m. sharp. We got to the hospital at 6 a.m. Mm-hmm. There we sat in the waiting room maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Called back to do the paperwork with the hospital. Initial my wristband, make sure all my information was correct. Long story short, I went to the back by myself. They make you take a pregnancy test. Okay. So I did that. And then I got into my gown and I laid in bed. They started an IV of, I believe, just some sort of like hydrating fluids. I'm not entirely sure what it was. It wasn't just saline though. And then an antibiotic. Soon after that, they let Shadia come back. And everybody was really nice. I met the nurse that was going to be there in surgery. I met the anesthesiologist. I met the anesthesiologist assistant. All of them introduced themselves by name, answered any questions that I had. Were very assuring. Finally, Dr. Garramone came in, and that's when he drew all the lines on my chest. We lowered the gown, and he had me look past him, not down while he was drawing. After he drew everything, he had me look down, and he showed me where the incisions would be, what part of my chest would be gone, and where the grafts would be placed. And then he drew on his glove the size of the graft that he would be making, and asked me again if I had any questions. And I think I had a few, but I don't really remember what they were, because I think they had just given me some pain meds. So I was starting to feel a little more relaxed. And after that, I put back on the gown, and they had me get back into the bed, and I think we just talked for another 20 minutes or so until they wheeled me off. Shadia was able to stay with us right before I went to the operating room doors. They called that the hug and kiss section, so we were able to get our last hug and kiss in before I went back into the operating room. What I remember is they had me actually climb from the stretcher bed to the operating table, lay down. I put my arms out, and I remember them strapping my arms, and then I remember looking over to my right arm and being like, oh, and they also give you like not Valium, but something with that effect, so I was feeling kind of calm. But I remember wanting to lift my arm up. I'm like, it's strapped. They're like, yeah. And then I remember the anesthesiologist taking the mask and putting it on my face, and I think I told them that it's not working. Don't remember if that was in my head or not.
It's not working.
And the next memory I have is her lifting up the mask, and then me looking at the mask, and then I woke up in post-op. That was it. That's all I remember. And I remember, I did remember when they wheel you from the operating room to post-op, they kind of wake you up. I have a vague memory of bright lights, really blurry. I think I saw the scrubs of the nurse because she was wearing like a teal, and I kind of have that color. Mm-hmm. And I remember some voice talking to me, and I answered. And then I remember I'm upright in bed, and I think the nurse had woken me up, but by the time I was kind of realizing it, she was over there. I had oxygen, which I guess I tried to grab, and they're like, put your arms down. And then I just remember saying I actually became really clear fairly quickly, and I asked for Shadia, and then the pain kind of set in. The bandage, I'm not going to lie, it's really, really tight. And it bothered me, started to bother me a lot, and my back started to hurt. But they gave me some more pain meds and some crackers and a ginger ale, and then they brought Shadia back. And again, all the nurses in post-op, they all introduced themselves by name. I think I asked for their names several times because I kept forgetting. But they were all very polite. I remember everybody was super nice.
Yes, everyone is very nice.
Yeah, I started to wake up more, and then they called our ride, and we just waited, and I was able to walk out of the hospital. The nurse came out with us.
They teach me how to do the drains.
Oh, they taught Shadia how to do the drains. They had given me a pain med, so I remember listening, but I was kind of like dozing off while they were doing the drains. And then we walked to the car. The guy was really nice. He took us to our Airbnb. I do remember him trying to make a lot of conversation though, and I was kind of out of it. And he kept showing me pictures of his like kids, but I was conversing back, so I guess I wasn't too bad.
He was fine. I just think you were in pain, but you were talking.
Yeah, I'm pretty social. And then we got home, and then I think I slept on the couch on and off the rest of the day. I didn't really do much. Shadia cooked and cleaned. Remember her not being right next to me, but close by. And that's pretty much my first day of surgery. Overall, great experience. Not that much pain. The bandage is tight, but it's totally doable. And
it's totally worth it.
Oh, definitely worth it. Oh my gosh. It was good. I was happy. And that's it.